Hi there, my name is Stephanie and welcome to my channel. This is where I share my perspective of quantum reality. Actually, quantum reality versus the programmed version of reality. So it is my intention to help others, to share with others, so that they too can expand their perception of possibility. So I have been doing weekly Zoom meetings and figured that I would summarize in a video and share with others who are interested in learning about who they are at the very smallest measurement of this existence. Not only who you are, but what you and all of us are actually capable of, according to the quantum version of this reality. So just to summarize, E equals mc squared. What this means is that everything you see is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Matter, in the strictest construct of the word, does not exist. We are energetic beings living in an energetic, holographic video game reality. Our thoughts and emotions are our remote control through this lifetime. During the first 7 years of life, this is when our operating system is installed, our core beliefs, and that's how our perception of the world is formed, is based on what we have been programmed to believe is true. Now, unfortunately, we were programmed by a program that slowly over lifetimes deleted the information that so many share. I'm sharing the quantum version of this, according to quantum science. But we have been programmed by psychopathic narcissists who have precisely zero love for humanity, nor do they know what it means to be human. So this battle that we are seeing happening right now is what I refer to as the battle on and for consciousness. The battle is for the minds of the masses, which is basically hijacking your consciousness, hijacking who you really are. So according to quantum science, the double slit experiment says that we create our reality, and we do it with our thoughts and emotions. We do it with what we focus on most, with an emotional charge, which is why the outside world is getting so crazy right now, having temper tantrums, as I like to put it. It's going, literally, the programmed version of reality is collapsing. Back in the 80s, we had a massive shift in consciousness, and what we are seeing now with humanity, people are waking up to the truth of what is going on faster than ever. Now, one of those reasons is because everything that they see outside of them just doesn't make sense. And the other reason is because in the 80s, we experienced a massive shift in consciousness. It has been referred to as the most profound, significant, monumental event that could have happened to humanity ever. Yet very few know about it. So in the 80s, humanity as a collective shifted from vibrating at a consciousness level of 197, which is pride, to 204, which is courage. It was 15% of the population. Again, this is back in the 80s, 15% of the population. Their calibrated consciousness level took 85% of the population above the veil of consciousness into courage. So since the 80s, this energy, this humanity vibrating at higher frequencies, slowly over time has been increasing. It has been spreading through what's called the morphic field resonance. You can look up the 100th monkey effect theory. The information spreads through the field of energy that we live in. It's plasma. Plasma has an electrical charge, and slowly waking humanity up. The psychopaths know exactly what's going on, and they know exactly who we are and what we are capable of. Humans are the creators of it all. We create what we believe to be true. Now, the bonus about us, you can think of us like computers, is that we can go in and delete bullshit programs that have been installed. Mostly they are limiting beliefs. On average, 70%, this is prior to March 2020, on average 70% of our thoughts are negative. Depression is the leading cause of disability. Now look at the world today, and this has sped up exponentially. Now, however, not all is what it seems, because at the same time, humanity is waking up faster than ever. And this energy that started in the 80s, it cannot be stopped. Okay, so the purpose of this video was to speak specifically about how to become resilient through what is going on. I am a HeartMath coach, and I teach what's called brain and heart coherence. It is a tool that, from my perspective, every single human should have. The power of it, this is how I describe it. When every human, not even every, it would take actually very few, relatively few of us to shift this quantum field and wake others up. I'll get a little bit into that. But this heart-brain coherence, it is the tool that you can use to, scientifically speaking, heal yourself, to help heal others, and ultimately to help wake the others up. This is the quantum version of this reality. Now, in this video, I want to talk more about the biological benefits of being mindful. And again, this is tools for resiliency. This battle is on and for your mind. Your number one priority should be managing your mind. And I just want to add in, I just want to add in that when you are watching the unbelievable nonsense, gaslighting, manipulation that is going on right now, you are living down here. You are living below the veil of consciousness. It is the purpose of the program to keep you living down here. Okay, because when you are living down here, you are living in force. You are literally giving your power to create over to them. This is where it keeps you, no matter where you look. Now, if you are going to be a warrior that actually uses what you are inherently born with to change what we are seeing, in other words, you came here to contribute to evolving humanity forward, elevating consciousness. Ultimately, this is what it's all about, right? We create our reality. The humans influence the quantum field. We affect each other. So when you're living down here, this is what you're spreading throughout the field. Now, somebody who lives up here in love, not only do you have a biological response to that, in other words, you're healing yourself, but as well, that is the energy you're sharing with all of humanity. So think about the trillions of cells in your body. They're all connected through the same blood, right? When you have cells that are out of coherence or dissonant, or, shouldn't be there, parasites, you want to increase your immune system in order to raise your frequency to where these lower vibrational things can no longer exist. Now, you can do that with your thoughts and emotions. You can learn to master your autonomic nervous system. Stress is the cause of 90% of doctor visits. It's the root cause of how humans become sick and stay sick. which again is the name of the game. So let's talk about how you can mindfully move through what we're seeing. So you can use heart-brain coherence before going into a stressful situation. You can use it while you're in one, and most certainly after. Because here's the thing, when you shift your body into the sympathetic nervous system, which is where it goes when you are in a state of stress, and it doesn't matter whether it is an actual state where you actually have to get up and you have all of your energy available to fight, or whether you're just perceiving it, which is, this is where you go when you are looking at what's going on outside of you. Now, again, this is the name of the game. The name of the game is to keep you immobilized so that you don't do anything, right? When you are in a state of stress, you cut off the cognition to your brain. It literally makes you stupider. When you live in a state of coherence, you increase your cognition. Look at all of these side effects of learning how to master your mind. This is how you're going to be a warrior through what's going on. This is how you're going to tune in to the truth of who you really are. This is when you need your superpowers, is right now. And every single one of us was born with them. So, like Joe Dispenza says, we are living in a time in history when it's not enough to just know. We are living in a time in history when it's time to know now, to know how. Now, the other thing that happens when you live in a state of coherence, you are going to be able to tune in to your intuition. Every single one of us has a purpose. We all came here to do something, to participate in this. If you see the psychopaths, you are the solution. The solution is tuning into consciousness. This is what they don't want you to do. That's why they're keeping everything so busy, so you don't turn them off and tune into you. Right? Again, this battle is on and for consciousness. You have the ability to adjust your frequency to tune back into the video game, to tune back into consciousness. Basically, your your cheat codes, your tuning into the creator of it all in order to be in direct communication, right? This is what's going to guide you through what's going to come. You're going to get into a state of coherence. Now, getting into a state of coherence is breathing. That's number one. So let's just take a second to breathe. Your thoughts and emotions create your reality. Okay, so hold on. Let's go back to coherence, because I think that this is something that once you start doing and you comprehend how it brings the power back to you, it's something ideally that you will do all day long. So when you live in coherence, you are aware of your thoughts and emotions. You are intentionally focused on creating, intentionally focused on tuning into higher frequencies of consciousness. So what this really means is tuning into love. Like, what do you love? What makes you excited? When you get into a state of coherence, basically you're tuning into different fields in this infinite field of possibility, and you're downloading what it is that you need to know to take you to where you want to go. They call it intuition, but intuition is previously unknown information seemingly out of nowhere. This is you downloading, like you're like the internet. Sort of like the internet is like sort of mocking what consciousness is. They're saying that, again, disempowering you to believe that you need something outside of you for the answers, when everything in the programmed version of reality is completely upside down and backwards. What we're seeing now is everything turning right side up. So fear is the illusion, especially when you live up here and you realize who you are. So When you are in a state of coherence, I want to talk about scientifically how we change all of this. Back in the 80s again, lots of stuff happened in the 80s. This is the results of the Lebanon Peace Project. So back in the 80s, they conducted an experiment where they tracked the times when on average 1,000 people were sending mindfully getting into the higher states of consciousness, feeling the emotion of love, and using their intention and visualization to send that energy to Lebanon, a war-torn country. And then they kept track of the crime, overall health of the the population and crime rates and whatnot. And in lockstep, crime stopped when the meditators were meditating. Now, this is published in the Scientific Journal of Conflict Resolution, Peace and Conflict Resolution. However, it did take years to get published. When they submitted the work, they said that there's no way that this could be correct. So they had other organizations conduct the same studies, and all came out with the exact same results. And this is when there were no meditators meditating. John Hagelin, quantum physicist, I love this quote. I am always found quoting this quote. He said that there is far more evidence that meditation can turn war off like a light switch than there is evidence that aspirin reduces headaches. It is a scientific fact. So, everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. If you want something to change, you must change the energy. This is what humans are capable of. This is what we're already doing. We're already doing this. Now, the people who see what's going on, we need to mindfully raise the frequency, increase consciousness. Again, this is all about the evolution of consciousness. And this is how you do it, by taking back your mind and using it deliberately, fine-tuning your focus, recognizing that your priority should be your vibration. Now, I talk about how there's two main players in this energetic holographic video game reality. We have the narcissists and we have the empaths. The empaths are the ones capable of feeling these higher frequencies. They are the ones who came here to change everything. The narcissists, and you know who you are, you don't feel these frequencies. They vibrate below the veil of consciousness, and they get a high on manipulating the empaths to come down here with them. They actually enjoy that, taking your energy. Again, this is an energy, a game of energy. Consciousness is energy. Energy is your currency, your emotion. So when you're giving them away and allowing yourself to go down here with people instead of leveling up and being the warriors we came here to be, you're giving your power away. You're contributing to the programmed version of reality. I talk about leveling up, and this is exactly what I mean. It's time to move, from courage all the way up into, these higher frequencies. I always refer to love because for an empath, that's the easiest one, but there are many who have been up here. So again, that was 15% of the population, raising the 85%. And since then, this energy has been spreading. So I would like to know, what are you feeding the fields? What are you focusing on most? Are you in the illusion that we are separated? Or are you going to be the greatest gift that anyone can give to the world is to become conscious and the ripple effect is the gift that comes back to the source. So, as above, so below. Just by living in the higher frequencies of consciousness, not only will you see the biological benefits, you will notice the video game reality you live in. You have to learn to quiet the mind, though. This is the thing. So for the majority of the population lives the majority of the time operating from their subconscious program. So your subconscious mind is basically a record of everything that you've ever seen. It's everything. It's a record of everything. So when you live in your subconscious busy mind, you can't think new thoughts. You can't come up with solutions. You're just going to react instead of, mindfully choosing the best option, tuning into consciousness, into your higher self, into intuition, and speaking from your heart instead of from a place of victim and stress, fight or flight. When you live here more often, this is when you tune into everything that you need to know. This is where the program doesn't want you to live. So, for the sake of you and all of humanity, warriors, when you live here, not only will you see the difference in your personal reality, that energy will spread to others. This is like the real virus that we need going on. When one person becomes conscious and lives in these higher states, they shift 750,000 others who are living down here. Again, think video game reality. Everything you see is energy, frequency, and vibration. Think of us as the 7.9 billion cells in the body of consciousness, all connected by a field of energy. You see less than 1% of what's actually going on. So it's time to tune in to the other 99.129% of this reality that is energy vibrating at different frequencies. We came here with the intention of remembering who we are while we still had time to play the game, right? Either way, we're all going to wake up. We're going to wake up from this dream and realize what was going down, right? You are energy vibrating at different frequencies. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only change states. So ideally, what you're going to do is you're going to use your thoughts and emotions to tune yourself back into the frequency, the higher frequencies of consciousness. And this is where you're going to download exactly what you need to know at any given time. But you must learn to quiet the mind in order to hear. And when you're focused on the narcissistic psychopaths, not only are you making yourself sick, right? Not only are you making yourself sick, but you're feeding the energy to create the reality that you don't want to see. So all of this is about becoming resilient in this video game. It's about taking back our power. And when you take yours back, that energy spreads into the field. And that's what you feed the others who you want to wake up. So I think that's it. I want to keep these videos relatively short, but if you enjoyed this content, please like and share and subscribe. I'm at the bottom of the notifications, just want to say, so if you want to be the first to get notified of more videos, I'm going to keep on moving along here. I forget what the next one is about, but it's all about empowering you to take back your mind, like take it back, stop feeding the reality that you don't want to see, tune into consciousness, and this is when you will start to remember how powerful you really are. How stupider does it need to get before your soul is so insulted that you start to seek out why they are doing it, right? How these things are dark. They're dark. They don't feel love. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that because I want to keep this short. But I want to empower you to take back your mind. And living in a state of coherence is how you do it. Maybe that'll be the next video I do, sharing that, what it looks like on a screen. Anyways, that is it for now, everybody. Mind your mind and be the change that we want to see, and spread the energy of love. Be love, you know? And don't feed your energy to anything that is less than. I see a squirrel at my window. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Anyways, that's all for now. Cheers, everybody.